Alright, today I want to show you guys how to remove and then install our 1320 solid diff mount bushings on the Honda Element. As you can see, this one I just removed. It's completely cracked and it's super soft, flimsy. And this is our 1320 solid diff mount that's already installed. All right, we're gonna go ahead do a little quick video to show everybody how this is done. All right, to remove the rear diff mount, it's actually fairly easy. You have the 12mm sway bar. You have two 12mm right here. You have another two 12mm right here. And under the rear diff mount, you have two 12 right here, and then one 12mm right here. Once you get the sway bar mount out, you don't need to disconnect the end links. You just basically move it down, and then once you get this removed, the diff mount is going to be loose. And right here is a 14mm, so 14, and then everything else is 12mm. All right, once you get the sway bar bracket loosened up, you basically just leave it down here. So next thing you do is remove this 14mm nut here before you remove the 12. And as you can see, the diff mount is really dead. Alright, once you remove the bolt from the 14mm bolt from the rear diff mount, your little balancer gonna come out first. And this is what you have left. So next thing we will do is remove the three 12mm bolts first. Alright, so I removed two 12mm bolts here. Remove another 12mm bolts here. And then there's two brackets that hold the rear diff mount in place. 17mm. Basically, you loosen them all the way up. You remove this bracket right here. Just remove one side. That's all you need to do. You don't have to take off both sides. And the mount will come right up. So here's a comparison between our 1320 diff mount and the stock one. The OEM one is all torn up, have tons of play, and we'll see how it feels after we get this one installed. I'm putting it back together. So three 12mm bolts, put those together first. Put the bracket back on the 17mm. Tighten up the 17mm. Now what you do is put the 14mm bolts back and then reinstall the sway bar. All right, what you have to do is pivot the diff bracket into the correct position, so you'll be able to slide the 14mm through, install your balancer on here, and just tighten up everything. Come loose. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna install the sway bar back. I noticed the bolts on the sway bar bushing is a little bit tight, so I put some anti-seize on it, so just in case I need to remove it one more time, they wouldn't be stuck on there. Sway bar is on. New diff mount bushing is on. Now we can test. No movement whatsoever. This whole process should take you about 10 to 15 minutes. The only tool you need is 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter, and 17 millimeter sockets. All right, thank you for watching.